Almeida, Ian, Olberg, and Brown. They all won $50,000. Congratulations to them. Obviously, there's a couple other guys on the card that we're going to take care of, but all those guys won $50,000. The gate tonight was 2.09 million. The attendance was 18,712. Sellout. Highest attended fight night in domestic history. So the biggest one in the United States ever. What's up?
So I just wanted to be clear on the bonuses. Brian Battle, you're going to take care of him a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. Morono.
Yeah, cool.
Battle, yeah.
Nice. Almeida, great performance again. Took Rosenstrike down, tapped him out. I mean, this guy looks like a real killer in that heavyweight division.
100%. I mean, we're looking to make a main event for this card. That's why we picked these two. We knew it was going to be, this guy looks like he's going to be a star in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we've seen someone who comes into the heavyweight division that with that wrestling game and the ability to just take anyone down, choke him out. It's almost like Khabib, but big,
Yeah, his double leg is insane. And when he gets that top position, he doesn't screw around. He goes in there and tries to finish. And yeah, I have a lot of high hopes for this kid. I think he's going to be something special.
And that's the difference, right, with the grapplers that we see. Sometimes people go in there and they just hold top control and they don't advance and look for the finish. This guy goes in there and he tries to tap you out.
100%. I mean, this guy goes in there and tries to finish. I mean, tonight was when you think about tonight, whenever we get the opportunity to do prelims on ESPN, main card on ABC, and I'm old school, so ABC's Wide World of Sports was a big deal to me growing up, so it's kind of special for me when we do these fights. And you look at guys like Walker didn't really wow anybody tonight, but he won. He was put on the co-main event to kind of shine tonight. He got a W, so I guess that's good. But Almeida, did what was designed to do. Ian did what he was designed to do. Olberg, you know what I mean? And either way those fights went, whether it was Ehor, it's all kids that have a ton of potential. And, like I said, we're the bells and whistles. We lob up the softballs and let these kids hit home runs. And, when you get the opportunity to fight on an ABC or an ESPN, you want to go out there and deliver, and most of the card did.
Yeah, is that what you look at these cards like, right? Because it's such an opportunity for such a big audience. Do you think these cards are best used for younger guys who can get a head kick finish like Ian Garry and then suddenly millions of people know his name?
That's what they're designed for. They're designed to, before the first fight even happened, we were trending number 3 in the United States. And then a couple fights into the prelims, we were number 1 in the United States, and we were number 9. My man, we were number 9 globally. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, when you get the opportunity to fight on these kind of cards, you got to come in and bring it and show what you got.
Right. So Johnny Walker, he got the win, right? But after that first round, both of their outputs kind of dropped a lot. He was landing calf kicks, but he didn't really go for the finish on quite obviously.
I agree. I feel like, obviously he's in there with a very durable, tough guy and a dangerous guy in Smith. But Smith got dropped, was hurt in the first round, then his leg was gone, and Johnny never went, for the finish, never tried to finish the fight, just tried to fight safe and get the win.
Yeah. What do you think of Anthony's performance? We know that guy's tough as nails, but he looks a little bit slower in there. And for a moment, it looked like he was taking his gloves off, and we didn't know if he was maybe looking at retirement. I don't know if he has. I don't think he has. But what did you think of his performance?
Yeah, I agree. You're talking about Anthony?
Yes.
Yeah. Anthony, I thought he was going to retire too. I think after the fight, he had said to some people in the back he wants to think about it. But I don't know. Yeah, he always comes to fight. Yeah, he got busted up. He got hurt, and he did what he does. He toughs it out, and looked like that fight was a couple leg kicks away from being over. And if Johnny Walker were to put the pressure on him, he probably could have got the finish, and we'd be having a completely different conversation right now.
Last one for me. You paid tribute to Shady Lip at the beginning of the evening. A sad story, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to sort of tell people who don't know about it to pay tribute to her.
Yeah, no, that girl hurt me bad. It messed me up for a few days, and tragic things happen every day. That one got me. So she was a 21-year-old MMA fighter. She just got back from Thailand training for a fight that she was supposed to fight on May 20th, and She was involved in a car accident. She was the passenger. Everybody else in the accident lived except for her. And her mom went through her, found her journal and was reading her journal. At the end of every entry, she said, "Dana White will know my name" at the end of every entry. So Mick got a call and called me and said, "Hey, I just wanted to tell you the story." And it was just like, yeah. So I posted about her, and I've talked to her mom a couple times. I'm going to leave her mom alone. I think I've been annoying her mom since I found out. But, you know, I did the best that I could do over the last several days to kind of, yeah, I'm not good with this kind of stuff. But, yeah, horrible story.
Yeah, but fair play for the tribute.
Yeah.
Well, I'll change it subject over to Ian Garry. I'm hoping you can talk to me about what you thought of his performance. It's not often you see that kind of performance against someone of his, his opponent's caliber. So.
100%. Yeah, no, he looked awesome tonight. You know, obviously he fought a guy who's very durable, dangerous, and a prospect in his own right. I mean, that's why we build these type of cards, especially the main events. And, he looked awesome tonight. He looked awesome. He's super confident. And that kid's ready to take over the world. Came back and talked to him tonight, and he's down for whatever, whenever, wherever. So he's fun.
Do you plan on putting him kind of on a fast track towards a title shot? I know it's really early to talk like that, but with performances like that, it's hard to not think about it.
I don't know about fast track. You know what he said to us tonight? He said, "I want to beat all the top guys in the top 10. I want to beat all the guys in the top 5. I want to make sure that there's no doubt or no question that when I fight for the title, that people know I deserve it." So that's a fun guy. He's fun. So we have the Irish guy blueprint around here. So we'll probably take him to Boston or MSG and then eventually Ireland if he keeps doing what he's doing.
Speaking of that Irish blueprint, I'm wondering if you have an update on when we might see McGregor and Chandler.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's the most asked question I'm getting right now. Obviously, the season of The Ultimate Fighter airs soon, and then during that season, we will be working very hard to put that fight together.
And on the third fight of the night, there was some interesting issues with the referee taking points after the fight was over. I'm wondering if you could comment on that, if you saw
that. First of all, this arena has been incredible. The city's been incredible. It's a fun place, But you have to understand, when we come to smaller markets like this, there aren't a lot of fights here, and these guys don't have a lot of the experience that Vegas and some of these other places have. So, but yes, I agree with you, but it happens sometimes. Probably not the answer you're looking for, but that's all I got.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Dana. I just wanted you to comment on Matt Brown tonight. Obviously, he ties the record for the most knockouts. It's a guy we've seen since about season 7 of The Ultimate Fighter, and there's an old quote or an old saying out there, and I don't want to age him too badly, but the quote is, "Fear an old man in a profession or a sport where most men die young." What do you think the key to his longevity has been?
Power. You know what I mean? The guy has the power to end the fight at any moment. That's the game changer. If you can go out and get into the pocket and start trading with another guy, and you have the kind of power that Matt Brown has, and the chin, So it's cool to see two OGs go out there and do it like they did it. Both great guys, and I'm happy for Matt.
And then as far as him being in the game as long as he has been, what do you think the up-and-coming fighters could take from a guy like that that's been able to last for so long?
Well, you got him. You got Jim Miller. I mean, there's still a few guys that are out there that are, and everybody's different. Like when you say, how does Matt, power's the thing for Matt. Jim Miller is stamina, durability, his submission game. So every guy has their own thing, and for younger guys coming up, whatever your thing is, and but the most important thing in this sport is durability. Are you durable? Can you not get injured, not get a career. A lot of these guys keep getting injuries, and finally get to a point. I had shoulder surgery like 4 years ago. I don't ever want to have shoulder surgery again. I don't even lift heavy weights anymore. This is how heavy I lift now, this type of stuff for reps. So for these guys, I have so much respect for these guys who want to stay in the game so bad. They keep going through surgery after surgery after surgery. It's just how mentally tough you have to be to stay in the sport and keep going through different surgeries and all this stuff. It's just, it depends on the person. There's so many more things to go into longevity than it's just not just one simple answer.
You mentioned the crowd earlier, 18,000 people. Brian Battle, second fight of the night, local guy. Will you just comment on his performance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the crowd behind him comes in, gets the knockout. You know what's ridiculous? We got. I'm going to give him $50,000 too. He ought to come find you and fucking hug you after this press conference. He deserves $50,000. Yeah, I'm giving him $50,000 too. So put him down too. So now we're doing 5 tonight. Yeah, I didn't answer your question, but you just got him another $50,000. So congrats and thanks. I'll thank you for him. Anybody else?
Dana, 10 years ago you were at a different building, smaller capacity. 5 years ago with the Nelson Struve, about 10 years ago. 5 years ago, Brunson, Jacare. Tonight, a sellout in this building, a great card. Was it
biggest attended fight in Fight Night history in the United States?
That goes in. This is broadcast television, ABC, National Network Television.
Yep.
We were just talking about it. I remember those Wide World of Sports days.
Me too, brother.
Jim McKay spanning the globe.
Yeah.
Can Charlotte get a pay-per-view next?
Listen, this is a great market for us. We love this place. It's a great town. The answer is yes. The problem is, when are we coming back? You know what I mean? We have so many different cities that we still have to hit, especially because we haven't been to a lot of places because of the pandemic. So, but yes, the answer is yes. We could get a pay-per-view here. It's a great market. Thank you.
Is the Figueiredo fight still on for UFC 2?
You know what? That's a fucking great question. No? I thought it was yesterday. Yeah. So, yes. Then he tells some guy no. Then I hear again yesterday, yes. And now he just tells me he's moving up in weight. Who the hell knows, man? Who the hell knows? This is the nutty shit we deal with on a daily basis around here. Any other questions? I'm flying home. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Pretty sweet. How are we?
Ian, you didn't just beat him with a head kick. You predicted it before time.
No, I look. I class myself as ridiculously intelligent in this game, and I don't mean that to big myself up. It's more just I have the eyes and I have the awareness and I have the understanding of skill sets and times and people's ability. I can read people's minds very well, and I knew what he was going to try to do, and the body kick was to try stop his left hand and keep his left hand in a box, which is exactly what I did. He didn't throw it because he was afraid to get caught. And then I put it on his body again. I went, okay, he reached on that third, and I'm going to go high with the next one. And it was something I've been working. If you look at my Instagram, I've posted 2 photos this week. One was me working the body kick, and the other was saying practice makes permanent. And that head kick landed tonight, and it was perfect.
Yeah. Did you know you were going to get him in the first round?
I was saying to my wife, I was saying to my team, I just didn't see this week. You almost convince yourself that, I might not be the first round, I might not. And I was like, I just genuinely do not see how he makes it out of the first when I do what I know I can to him. And it worked out exactly the way God intended it to.
Yeah. I mean, he's a very tough guy. So to be able to do that is obviously quite a mark for yourself.
Yeah.
And
well, D-Rod's never been knocked out, right? I'm pretty sure that's his first time he's been knocked out.
So
yeah. So there you go.
There you go. And then you called out Neil Magny. What is it about Neil that you want to fight?
Neil Magny is a phenomenal talent who's been around the game for, Jesus, God knows how long. He's been on the top 10, top 15 since I was an amateur. And when you look at the opponents that he's fought, the people he's fought, his last opponents were Gilbert Burns, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Daniel Rodriguez. They're the elite guys that I want to face someone who's faced that talent. I want to see what he brings. I know he's long, he's tall, he's rangy, he's awkward. I know he likes to mix it up, get dirty, get in. And I want to prove to everyone that I'm so good everywhere. It's not just all the bells and whistle on the feet. It's everywhere and in between that I'm looking forward to proving it. And that, I believe, Neil Magny, he's number 11 in the world. I said I want 2 in the top 15. And I believe that Neil Magny is the perfect opponent for me to go out there and smoke and show the world how good I am. And it's that elevation, that growth, that learning that can still occur in the meantime. And yeah, go out and show the world that I'm better than him too.
Well, let's get that prediction early. How do you get him out of there?
Well, see, that's a good one, because I believe I could sub him very simply, because I believe he's gonna want to stop the striking, even though he is longer than me. He's got like an 80-inch reach, which is ridiculous. I don't believe he's gonna want to strike me on the feet. I'm too fast. He's nowhere near as fast or as accurate as I am on the feet. So he'll want to get in close. He'll want to maybe take me down, put me on my back. I look forward to it. So I will. I'd recommend. I'd probably say it'll be a submission, and I want that. I want him to take me down. I want to show the world what I've got. I'm going to Brazil in 2 weeks. I have a one-way ticket. I don't know when I'm coming back, but don't you think that my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is going to improve when I'm in the heart of Brazil, learning Portuguese, learning the descriptive ways that they are going to explain it to me? There's nobody's going to be able to stop me when I'm done, I promise you. Thank you. That it? Happy days, if that's it. Sure, anyone else is good? Appreciate you. That's my boy. He looks after me. See Sineadu. Take care, guys.
Johnny, congratulations on the victory. A hard-fought fight. How do you feel about your performance now you've had a few minutes to digest?
Very good. Great.
Was that how you thought the fight was going to go?
100%. After I finished my training camp, after the last 2 training camps, I knew I was doing everything proper this time, no? And then I was happy already. Before the fight happened, I accept the result. Because whatever it takes, I couldn't do better if this guy beat me because he's better than me. So I came here to accept the result of the fight. I got to do my best anyway, so whatever wins is the best, and I accept.
You hurt him very bad in the first round. It looked like you nearly got him out of there until he got the takedown. Did you know the calf kicks were going to be able to set up more attacks, and did you know they would hurt him over the course of the fight?
Of course, 100%. Like, I didn't push so much on the calf kicks because I don't want to make the fight boring, And then after I feel that I damage his mobility, then I start trying to set up all the skills.
Yeah. You guys were talking to each other in there.
Yeah.
Curious what you were saying to each other.
You're going to never know, my friend. You have to be there.
Yeah. Well, I actually could hear it on the TV, so I was curious if you got to replace. He said something about his family, and you were confused by that?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't understand. Then after, I will understand a little bit.
Is everything okay between you two?
100%.
Cool.
He tweeted congratulations to you. I'm not sure if you saw that. What do you make of that, considering there was a little bit of tension before the fight?
I think it was never tension. I hate nobody, It's just my job.
Did you see the tweet?
Not yet, but thank you very much. I'm glad that, and I'm very grateful that I fought him. He's a great fighter. Like, he's in the top 10, top 5 for a long time, and he gave me a really good experience. So I'm happy that he gave me an opportunity to fight him, to show that I'm ready for the next step.
Were you surprised by him at all in there?
Surprised for what?
Were you surprised by him at all? Was there anything that surprised you about him, the way he fought you?
Not really. I was watching all of his fights. I've been following him a long time, so I knew what he's going to try, the way that he fight. I was ready for everything.
Where would you rank this performance amongst all of your other wins?
Say it again?
Where would you rank this performance? Where would you list it on your list of wins?
I think it's the best, right? I never fought somebody in the top 5, so this is my best performance until now. I know I can do better, so this is why I come back to the gym this week and keep training, keep improving, because next time I want to fight better than this time.
And what's your game plan for the return? How soon do you want to get back in there?
I have to check if I have any injury. You know, you have to deload your body a little bit as well, because when you start with a computer and your body, repetition of punching and kicks, and you damage your body a little bit, not just on the fight, but on the company train as well. So this is why you need to take maybe 1 week, 2 weeks off, whatever, till you heal up, then you can beat your body again. So I have to check if I have any significant injuries, and then I'll back training straight away, and I'll be ready anytime soon.
I noticed you had some ice. Is there anything that you're worried about particularly in terms of an injury?
No, it's just bruise. I have to confirm, like I'm gonna do some tests, but I think just bruise. I blocked some kicks, so my shin is swollen, but swollen my bone, so it's better swollen my bone than lost my mobility. Like I was kicking him on his muscle. He needed his muscle to mobility. If he block his kick, I'm gonna stop kicking, or I have to set up better punch before the kick. So if you don't block the kick, you're gonna lose your mobility. So I don't lost my mobility. He lost.
And it looked like for a moment that he was going to retire at the end of the fight. I don't know if you noticed that or how you would feel if you sent someone into retirement. What would that feel like?
Feel sad, right? It's a career, but I think he have a good opportunity. He fought for the belt. He make his history, his legacy already. So let me try to do mine now.
Do you feel like it's time for him to retire, or do you feel like he still has enough in him and that he can continue?
He still have something, He can keep fighting a little bit more, maybe until 36 or something,
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Great. There you go. Com barulhinho e tudo.
Ready? Congratulations on a great win and a great performance. People thought you might be able to do that, but to be able to go out there and prove them right, how good does that feel?
Primeiro de tudo, parabéns por uma grande vitória, mais bom desempenho. Todo mundo pensou que você podia fazer isso, mas para você ir lá, fazer o que você fez, como é que você se sente?
Muito obrigado, me sinto muito feliz, né? É um fruto de excelente trabalho que eu venho fazendo. São 11 anos, né, nessa estrada aí da vida, passando por altos e baixos, e quando eu subo naquele palco ali é para dar show, então o show foi realizado.
Thank you so much. Very grateful to actually have this opportunity. There's been 11 years of my life being dedicated to this. So whenever I step into that stage, I feel that having the opportunity to do that, it's pretty amazing. So I feel it's a dream come true.
Your performance had people online predicting big things for you, future champions being thrown around. I'm curious for you, how far do you think your ceiling is?
Teu desempenho, o pessoal na internet foi uma loucura e falando assim, pensando em tanta coisa pra você. Pô, aí top, não sei as quantas, sendo campeão, tudo. Onde é que você se vê no futuro?
Na verdade, eu tô subindo as escadas aí da divisão, né, com humildade. Hoje eu tô no top 10, né, e quero terminar o ano pelo menos na 7ª posição, na 6ª ali, né, e quem sabe ano que vem aí buscar o sonhado título, né, da divisão, me preparar muito para isso.
I'm just taking this as almost like a ladder for full of steps, and I'm very happy to be looking into the top 10 right now, and by the end of the year make it to 7th or 6th, and then next year maybe go and shoot for that title we all dream of.
Very nice. Well, it sounds like you've got it kind of planned out, but give us some names and give us some dates. Who and when would you like to fight?
Bem, parece que você está com algumas coisas planejadas, então fala pra gente data e oponente.
UFC Abu Dhabi, UFC Brasil, oponente Bambam Tuivasa, né? Ele escolhe o local onde vai ser o Brasil, lá em casa, ou lá em Abu Dhabi, onde ele faz o camp dele, né? A preparação dele, né? Que eu já fiquei sabendo. A gente vai para lá fazer essa forcinha com ele lá.
Of course, UFC Abu Dhabi or maybe UFC Brazil around October. So I'm type Tuivasa. Either he comes to Brazil, feel the energy down there, or perhaps go to Abu Dhabi, where I heard that he actually does his camp. So don't worry, we'll do that. We'll make that effort and go to him.
Last one from me. Do you know that you've been struck twice in your first 5 fights in the UFC?
Última minha aqui. Você sabia que você só tinha recebido 2 golpes significativos em toda a tua trajetória no UFC até agora?
Eu fico sabendo pelas redes sociais, né? Que a galera posta lá. Mas na verdade, acho que eu apanho mais no treino do que na luta, né? Então, luta é luta, treino é treino, e eu tô pronto para fazer tudo novamente, né? E quem sabe aí continuar tomando só 2 golpes, um golpe ou nenhum, né? Tem que estar pronto para tudo.
I actually find out through social media pretty much. People tell me that. I have to tell you, I get beat way more during training than during the fights. But as we like to say in Brazil, you know, a fight's a fight, training's training. You have to be ready for things and continue to do this and perhaps get hit a couple of times, none, and continue on my way.
Thank you, man.
Isso. Daqui.
Ô, Glória!
Oh, glory.